When it comes to achieving their goals, everyone has a different way to approach a problem, process their information, and execute their plan. And approaches will vary depending on the resources that you have at your disposal at that time. In this video, I want to share with you my study methods to pass the CPA exam using Becker CPA program that was given to me by the Big Four accounting firm. To start right off the rip, I am a visual and practical based learner. So when it came to my approach to beat the CPA exam and pass it, I realized that video lectures just wasn't the best use of my own time. Meaning theories, discussions, and word-based explanations just wasn't the best way for me to process information and to effectively learn something. This might come as a surprise to some folks, but my last two CPA exams, which was Beck and Reg, I didn't watch any videos, take any notes, and I went straight to the multiple choice questions and simulations and just did that every single day until I took the exam. Now structurally, how do I break out all the weeks before the exam so make sure I'm studying all the necessary areas, my weak spots, honing in my strong points, and making sure I'm ready to pass the exam on exam day? Well, as you could probably see from your Becker CPA practice course or Ninja or Wiley, whichever course you're using, they break up each section into chapters. FAR, for example, has 10 chapters. So each week I will spend one week on one chapter. So if I was doing one chapter again, for 1 week, I will go through each module, and for each module, take a separate day. If I have 7 days and there's 7 modules, cool, I'll break it up into 1 module per day. If there's 8 or 10 modules, I'll do 1 or 2 on Monday, Tuesday, and then the rest 1 module per day. And each day I'm spending on a module, I'm just doing the multiple choice questions and the homeworks. And then once I get through all the chapters, finish all the modules, I'll take 3 weeks before I take the exam to just study every single chapter again, just doing multiple choice questions. So for FAR, if there's 10 chapters, that means I spend at least 10 weeks doing chapters, then add another 3 weeks to study all the chapters before I take the exam. Total of 13 weeks to prepare just for FAR. FAR is the largest, everything else is a little bit smaller from what I remember when I took it, but this is just an example. Those 3 weeks before I took the exam where I'm studying all the chapters, I felt like that was the most impactful to my grade on exam day. When I was going through the chapters and the modules each day at a time, I was kind of just speeding through all the multiple choice questions, making sure that I have a good, splash of knowledge, but nothing too in-depth. These last 3 weeks are the purpose to go more in-depth in all those areas. I always knew that in the last 3 weeks, I was going to really hammer down the concepts that I didn't know and fortify the concepts that I did. I felt like the last 3 weeks was when I learned the most just because based on the way I structured my studying. My structure of studying was when I woke up, I'll do a set of 20 questions just on the first chapter. And I wouldn't move on to the next chapter until I passed those 20 questions, those set of 20 questions with 80% or higher. This really pushed me to become a really solid expert at chapter 1 before moving on to chapter 2. Personally, the way my brain works, I really enjoy playing video games because of its progression. Each time I complete a set of 20 questions, with an 80% or higher, I feel like, yes, I passed the level and now I get to move on to the next level, to the next chapter. It was like gamifying my studying and really putting in the dopamine responses over there, you know what I'm saying? It personally just made my studying a lot more exciting and more engaging for me, instead of watching lectures, reading the textbook, and taking notes that I know I'll never read again. At the end of the day, my method is just one of many methods to pass the CPA exam. Do whatever you think is best for you. Everyone's brains process information a little bit differently, and their approaches to execute their goals are also a little bit different too. What I think the CPA exam is going to do the most to you is really challenge you to know yourself, how you're going to process the information, how you're going to tackle such a large and big exam. Remember, if there's a will and a way, this exam is a test of will rather than smarts. I hope this video helps you and helped you kind of start thinking about your approach to studying on your journey to become a CPA. If you have a different study method and you want to let me know down in the comments below, well, go ahead and go do that. Anyways, I appreciate you watching to the end of this video. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Boom!